Hello, and welcome back to Smutfairy. This is your one-stop shop for all things in the spicy book world. We've been very busy finding you a new brilliant read. Today, we have the privilege of interviewing the amazing Olivia Fenwick to learn about her new book, Hooked on You. Please welcome to the pod, Olivia Fenwick.
Hello. I love that. Oh my God. Hello.
We're so excited to have you.
Oh no, I'm so I get all giggly. I'm so excited to be on the pod. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Our pleasure. We first met you not that long ago, actually, when everybody was at a romantic affair in Adelaide. Olivia was peddling your wares, I guess.
My goods and my wares.
And
my wares.
My goods and my wares, and we were there being annoying, so and filming
content. No, I loved it. It was so much fun. And Ara, was one of my very first book events in 2025, and then to go back with a full table this year and to have people come up and it was just so it was such a good event, and it was so nice to meet you both. I got all giggly as well when you came over. So,
and I bought Anchored to You, which actually was the only paperback that I bought that day, full novel, because I only had limited luggage space.
Oh my God, I'm honoured.
Yeah, huge restraint from Caitlin there.
Yeah. That was huge for me. And then I read it and was like, Eleanor,
listen to me.
The next one's coming out. I need you to read it, and I think we should talk to Olivia about it.
Consider it booked in.
Yeah. Look, I have Scottish heritage. Elle has Scottish heritage. We're both pretty gagged by Scottish vibes generally.
I love it.
This was sensational.
I also have Scottish heritage on my nan's side. So she's actually from John of Groats, which is at the very top of Scotland.
Nice.
Which she won't ever let us forget, obviously.
Naturally.
So I've grew up hearing stories of my mum's grandmother, what they called mama, how she came over very early 1900s, and my nan mentions all the time about the Scottish. Growing up on stories of my mum visiting, taking my great grandmother back, and then last year I've been before. I went in 2018. We did a driving trip, a friend and I. I don't really remember heaps of because. Drunk. That's fine.
Yeah. What else are you going to do in Scotland?
Yeah, exactly. We went to a lot of whiskey, a lot of scotch.
Yeah.
And then last year I actually travelled with my mum through Scotland as well. So
wow.
So I'm in love with the country. So this series kind of just fell out of me after last year, and I think it's probably one of my favourites. But I'm glad that everyone else likes it too. And who doesn't love a Scottish man?
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
We'll start this later. Don't even get me started now.
Yeah, we'll be going into it. I have some things to say, and I loved it.
Yeah, no, we got things and opinions to say.
All of it's good. Don't worry.
Good.
I read the whole thing in one whole day. I binged the whole thing.
You brought me on here to be like, we hated it. It was terrible.
So you need to fix this and this and this.
Go back to the drawing board.
Elle bodied this book in a single day.
One day.
And she's a big girl too. She's 400 something pages, that one. So
let me tell you, I loved it. I loved it.
She hadn't even read Anchored to You yet.
No, not yet. And I was I started the first page being Olivia's going to come on the pod. So excited. And I was I've got 2 weeks. I'll just start kind of, reading a little bit every night, because usually I try and break it up so I remember more of the story. But I started it and I was oh no, I'm going to have to cancel my plans for the day because I'm booked.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
It was incredible. I had a great time.
Absolutely inhaled it. We should say that we haven't actually said it yet,
because we got sidetracked immediately, which I knew would happen, but all good, is that Olivia's new book is coming out soon, which we will be talking about later in the episode, and it's the second book in a series. The first one is Anchored to You, which is out now. It's the Aelros Bay series, and Hooked on You is the second one. So, but we'll get into all of that, but just up the top for the context for everyone.
Yeah, so you know where you're at.
So we know where we're at.
August 12th, and it's 99 cents to pre-order at the moment.
Perfect. Oh my God,
absolute bargain, guys.
Go and buy it.
Go and pre-order and buy it because it'll be 99 cents.
Yes.
It's incredible.
So we'll do we like to get a little bit of a background on the authors that we talk to, just to see everybody's journey through the world of smut and romance, really. It's always different and it's so interesting. So have you always been a reader?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think a lot of us have grown up, like, particularly, like, I'm 30 this year, so I learnt to read on Harry Potter. Harry Potter, Percy Jackson. I learnt to read on all of those books that were coming out when we were 6, 7 years old, and my siblings are older, so they were reading it, so it naturally just got passed down to me. And I think particularly, like, I mean, back in the day, it was one of the biggest series, and I think particularly Harry Potter, lots of people bonded over it, and we were all kind of reading it at the same time, and the books were coming out like every couple of years, and we were like along that journey sort of thing. I remember when the 7th one came out, and my mum bought 3 copies because none of us wanted to wait. My sister,
my God, that's amazing.
She's 8 years older than me. She wanted to read it first, and my brother didn't want to wait for her to finish, so she had to buy 2. And then I was like, well, what about me? I can read. I would like to read it. So then she had to buy a 3rd copy. Like, we've all got our own copies originally from the release because nobody wanted to wait. So I think as well, like, I really grabbed onto that and being able to lose myself in another world. And it was really, you know, and then as we got into like Twilight came out, and then we all got into Twilight, like, it just snowballed, and it all started with kind of picking up those like fantasy type books that were made for realistically were written for children, like to begin with, really. And you get into it, and then it kind of, if it grabs you, and you stay with it, and then you move on to Twilight and the Hunger Games and like all of those ones that came through. And we were I was prime. I was 12 years old, like the prime for the taking sort of thing. And then it just kind of kept going from there. Romance I found during COVID for sure. Yeah. Because I think we're all at home. You're like looking for something to do. And particularly, I don't know why, but I didn't really know Kindle Unlimited was a thing in Australia till COVID. And I feel like it was huge in America, and people have been using it for a really long time. Independent authors have been a really big thing, but I don't think it hit me until like COVID when everyone else started reading it. And then I got into it, and I remember I read The Sweetest Temptation by Danielle Laurie because I'd seen a bunch of TikToks about it, and it's Made Men Mafia. And because I was awake at 2 a.m, I'd woken up, a little bit of insomnia, and I was like, I need something to do. I downloaded the Kindle app, got a Kindle Unlimited subscription, downloaded the book because I'd seen it on TikTok, and then I read it in one sitting. I was done by like 10 a.m.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And then I was like, oh my God, is there another one? Yeah. Can I read another one? And
what am I going to do now?
And it just snowballed. Like, and then suddenly I was reading like 4 books a week. I'm back in my reading era.
Isn't Kindle Unlimited crazy? Like, it's I don't know the stuff that's in there. You're like, people are like, where are you finding all this stuff? And I'm like, babes, it's on KU. It's on KU. Yeah. And
when you train your algorithm enough, you read one, it'll suggest the next one.
Oh, and I have absolutely cooked mine. I have cooked mine.
I never went down the like Ice Barbarians route. I saw a lot of that though when I first got onto it, and I thought that's probably not for me. I thought, oh, maybe I'll try it one day. But my best friend, she did read a little bit of that, and she's like, oh, it's really addictive. Like, it's really addictive.
I got Elle to read that one.
I can definitely see how it is addictive, but it's also quite hectic as well. So the rides weren't quite for me, but I can definitely see how people like just ate up the whole series.
The whole thing. And that's how it like started on Book Talk, right? Like
Yeah.
And then it just, I don't know, fell into this massive thing over the last couple of years. And then now my algorithm is absolutely trained to like show me whatever's free on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah. What's the next thing? Well, speaking of,
completely unhinged.
Are you reading anything at the moment?
I've just finished A Legal Formation by Candy Steiner. I think it's I'm going to check. Hold on. Where are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 6th book in her Red Zone Rivals series. So it was college football, and then the last 2 books were about the professional players that you'd met in the college series.
Cool.
Candy Steiner's a huge inspiration to me. I think she was one of the very first authors that I found when I was like reading indies a couple of years ago, and I really relate to her writing because she can do the angst thing really well.
Nice.
And I love an angsty book. I love going, oh my God.
Yearn and angst.
Yeah.
Just, and like, even though we all go, oh my God, so angsty, it's like, yeah, but we love it. We love the pain of feeling like they're going to break up, even though we know they're not going to.
Yeah, because we all grew up on Edward Cullen.
Yes.
You need to go cold before it gets hot.
My angsty king.
My
and we're
demons.
left in the forest, and we're all still in the forest, okay?
Yeah.
We're
never
all
left.
still in the forest in New Moon. We never got out of it.
We're still in the forest, and ahead of us is 4 blank pages that say September, October, November.
Literally, that's it. The last few years have just been
that writing choice lives like rent free in my head,
constantly. I think there's one chapter in my very first book, Play the Last Card, where it's just a newscaster segment. It's like towards the end of the book, you turn over the page and it's just like a news segcaster saying words. There's nothing else on the page. It's just, and 100%, my love for doing that comes from that book.
Yes.
My love for really just like the shortest chapters ever, or just giving like the tiniest little piece on a page, comes from New Moon.
Hell yeah.
One after the other. The
Bella's
months of depression that Bella's going through. Not describing it at all other than just the fucking month names, 100%.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's so funny.
It for sure comes from there, because you never forget that. Like,
no.
Yeah,
I'm sure she didn't do it first, but she did it the best.
The most memorable for sure. I think there's something so magical about the books that really stay with you, and like for good and bad reasons. Like sometimes it's because the writing's like, you know, November, December, and then it's the characters, the yearning, that like the feeling that you get when you lose yourself in a book is unparalleled. And then to be able to live that as, you know, as an adult as well, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is good, isn't it? This is really good.
Well, it's that moment when you close a book and you feel a little bit empty. That's when you know it's really gone.
Yeah.
Like, what do I do now?
Even though now that everyone's like, all of us that were there when Twilight first came out, not to keep talking about Twilight, but like when you go back and do the reread, you're like, oh, it is a pretty tough hang. Like, but every single time I'll get halfway through Twilight and I'll have to read the whole thing. Like, you just get sucked straight back in. But at the same time, you're like, it is kind of a tough read.
It's a rough read. I tell you, there's a lot. I'll say one last thing about Twilight. My girlfriends and I drove to Taylor Swift back in 2023 or 2022, whenever she came, right? When she did the Aelros tour down in Melbourne. We drove there from the Gold Coast. They came through Sydney, picked me up, and we drove to Melbourne for it.
Oh my God.
On the way back, we were so cooked. We didn't want to listen to music. We'd had enough of podcasts. So my friend Holly, and if she ever listens to this, she'll love this. She'll go, shall we just listen to Twilight? And she puts on Breaking Dawn. Like, we don't even start from the beginning. We go halfway through Breaking Dawn. We're listening to Jacob's chapters.
Perfect.
And it was horrendous.
When I moved to Sydney, I drove with my mum across the country, and like I was kind of like, oh God, what are we going to do for 5 days?
guess what she got to listen to?
Yeah.
Twilight, baby.
It's no better in audio form, but it's so addictive. You have to finish it. I mean, we only got like 4 hours of it, right? And then I got back and I was like, I think I'm gonna have to complete it. I think I'm gonna have to stop it now. Like,
you absolutely
keep
have
going.
to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll never forget that because we were just cooked in the car the next day coming home.
Yeah.
And like we were just like, what do we do? And then Holly just goes, should we just listen to Twilight? Like, could have done anything
Genius
else.
idea, really. Genius.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, really. Yeah, never forget. Good job, Holly.
So, you started. I mean, we're in Scottish era now, but you started in your college football area, I believe.
NFL, professional football.
NFL, yeah. So, what was your gateway into kind of starting to write? Like, how did you come to have a first novel?
Yeah, fan fiction. Yeah.
Yes.
So deep in the AO3, I've got a profile.
One of us.
Yeah.
Elle's the fanfic girly. I'm more of a traditional book pathway, but Elle is your fanfic girl.
I feel I went down both. But for a really long time, I wrote really terrible fan fiction. Like, so terrible, even though it's still up today, people will be like, just tell us. And I'm like, no, you'll have to find out that handle all on your own.
Can you tell us what it was fan fiction about?
Yeah, it's obviously controversial these days, but it was Harry Potter fan fiction.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Harry Potter fan fiction, and I was privy to a Jilly fan, like a James and Lily fanfic.
Okay.
And I frothed it.
Yeah, no, that is some really good area. It is good, isn't it?
And look, I haven't written fan fiction since maybe 2021. Like, I think I was writing through COVID, and that's kind of where I finished up a short story, and I went, I have another idea. Maybe I'll do it as a fanfic. And then I thought, no, because I was changing the entire world. Like, you change, because eventually you get to a point where if you don't really want to write about magic, which I didn't really want to, I loved the idea of publishing something for people to read. I loved getting the feedback on writing, and I just loved writing. Eventually my stories evolved where I was just writing whatever I wanted and using their names.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were just the names that I used, and and their friendships that they had. There was nothing to tie it back to Hogwarts, to Harry Potter, they didn't even end up.
That has aged well.
Yeah, good job with that. Really well done.
Yeah.
I eventually went to a place where I was like, why don't I just come up with my own character names, and then it won't be fan fiction anymore, because genuinely the only part of it that was fan fiction was the character names that weren't mine. Like,
yeah.
Even the hair color eventually had changed, because I was like, I'm sick of writing about a redhead. I'm going to write about a blonde now.
Yeah, there's going to be something else here.
I'm like, this is not fan fiction anymore. This is 110% my own work.
You're like, this is just fiction, actually.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
You just start getting paid.
Yeah. So I started writing a dark romance because I was reading a lot of mafia romance at the time. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to go down this pathway. And then I was at a friend's birthday and someone was talking to me about the NFL. And then I thought, maybe I could look into the sport. Maybe I could, read something about the sport. Read a couple of hockey romances, and then went, nah, I'm going to write something in the sports. And I have always really enjoyed the idea of the NFL. I never was a fan before I started writing, because I started watching after I was in the midst of writing Play the Last Card for research. I say research super loosely because I did not learn a lot from that game.
That's real.
I'm a fan now, and I'll watch and I'll enjoy it. On a Monday, I sit on the couch and work and watch the 10 a.m. games or whatever. But when I started to watch for research, I got nothing from it. I got more from Quarterback on Netflix than I did from watching actual games.
The rules make no sense.
No, and it's super slow, and they keep stopping, and you go, why are you stopping? Why did that person get pulled up? How do they not just throw the ball? It's so confusing.
I've read a few football ones. Like the interesting parts to me are not the games, it's everything around the games.
Yeah.
So like same with like all the hockey kind of shows and stuff that are coming out. The games aren't really the point. It's they're in, you know, they're training and they're teammates and they're like
it's the vessel for the story.
Yeah, and thank God, because if it was actually about the game, I would have really fucked up.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about it.
That's so secondary.
It's so real.
We actually don't care how accurate it is.
Not in the slightest.
No, that's not my business.
No, it's not. It's not my business, and it wasn't my business when I was writing Play the Last Card. I'm much better now because I understand the game. But when I was writing the book, I was like, "This is none of my business. I have no business showing on the field. No way." And you can tell because in Play the Last Card, you never got a POV of him on the field. And then you read Play the Last Track, which is about like his friend who's the tight end of the team, and you get like 3 or 4 scenes, and you can just see that I obviously understand the game better because I'm so comfortable writing him on the field.
You're like, I'm fighting for my life slightly less now.
Yeah, 100%. I forgot the original question, but yes, I started with fan fiction, and it's still up today. You could potentially go in and find it. I doubt that you will.
That's, I think, challenge accepted for Elle.
I might do some digging, but there is a lot out there. Let me tell you, it is truly. AO3 is one of the most unique places on the internet.
I've really not spent much time in there, and I've only recently learned just how much Hermione is out there.
Oh, yeah.
Massive.
Because it already existed, and then in COVID, when everybody was on TikTok doing the whole like Hogwarts house situation, whatever.
Forgot about it. Blocked that out of my mind, actually.
Seriously, I wish I could. There was a real resurgence of it. So there was already like the original stuff, and then the secondary boom.
Second wave.
Sure came in on a second wave. Yeah, 100%. It definitely did. And I think that's sometimes I miss that about writing a little bit, is that now when I'm drafting a book or I'm writing something, it feels really lonely. Whereas before, when you're posting chapter by chapter, you've got like 100 people that are like, give me some more.
Give it to me.
Oh, give it to me. Why are you taking so long? Like, and they will use capital letters and be emotive in the comments, and you thrive off it. So I think I've got to find some way to bring that back at some point, just with like my original books. I know that there was a program in the US that you could do it for, and there's another one. There's like an app that's coming around called Chapter Loom. I've seen it all over my Instagram.
Yeah.
I think Rachel O'Rourke, who's an author from Melbourne, is a founding author for it, but she's building an app where it's effectively like AO3. It's a subscription base, you have to pay for it, but it's effectively AO3, so authors can just put their chapters out and then readers can go and like comment emotives and stuff like that, which I think is really cool.
Do that on Patreon as well. Like,
oh really?
So GM Fairy does this, where if you're a patron, like it's as she's writing the book, she'll put the draft chapters up in Patreon. So it's very much like fan fiction, but the plan is she's writing a book and the book will get released. But you get kind of first look at like, and it's like non-edited, like rough as hell, but it's so fun. Like
yeah, but you feel like you're on the journey, right? And comment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is actually, I think that's what I need. I need a really good like big group of alphas that will just leave me unhinged comments. Because it does start to feel quite lonely, and so when books do come out, I thrive off the comments that people make, because I'm like, yes, tell me more. I've spent like a year sitting on this.
I did a good job, please.
Yes. Just every time you write a chapter, DM us a link and we'll go read it, and we'll come back and go,
absolutely
amazing, you're hired. Done.
Like, you should have seen us in the waiting room when we were getting ready. I was just like, I'm so excited.
That's incredible. I love it.
It'll be positive. It'll be positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
How are you finding the romance and smut world in general, but also in Australia? Because you're the first Australian author we've interviewed.
Oh my God. Okay. Amazing. Thank you for having me once again. Representing.
Thanks for being here.
It's such a whirlwind, and I've really only been in the community properly since December 2024. I probably, maybe just before that, that's when my first book came out. I had a dormant bookstagram sitting there that I never posted on. And then it wasn't till I kind of started working with my first editor, who I absolutely adore, that I kind of started to really post on the Instagram, geez, I sound like my mother. Post on Instagram, and then like try and build a little bit of TikTok. I'm still trying to learn how to like balance the TikTok side of things as well, but it wasn't really until probably like September, when the book was done, that I really started to push it, and then I started to meet other authors in the community around. So really, I've only been in the world for about a year and a half, and it is a huge whirlwind. Like it's super overwhelming. There's a good and there's a good and the bad side, right? So the good side is that it's so fun to interact with people that have read my books. Like, it's so much fun to hear what people thought, and even if they didn't like it all that much, or like got pissed off at a character. My first book, Ivy, people were very up and down about her. They weren't sure if they liked her, didn't like her, and I just thrived off people being like, I just wanted to shake her. Like, it was just so fun to talk, because when I was going through that process of writing the book and then editing the book and having people read it for the first time, that's what I felt writing her, like just wanting to shake her a little bit. And so it was fun to kind of be able to interact with readers, and it still is. I still love it. Somebody finished Hooked on You this morning and was like messaging me being like, I've been crying into my tea. What are you doing? Like, it was just, it's so much like, and that's not fun. Obviously her crying into her tea is not fun, but it is a little bit fun. Like, it is fun.
It is.
Yeah. It's super fun to like hear that kind of stuff and be able to interact with people over something that I created, because obviously that just comes from your brain. Like, that's wild that people are having that reaction. But then there's also a super overwhelming side where there's so much discourse out there, and it can be a little scary and a little nerve-wracking, and you have to really take the time to learn where to step and where you're comfortable, because it can be super quick, super fast. You can be in the middle of something and not even realize you're in the middle of something until it's too late. So it's definitely taken I reckon it took me a good 12 months to find a space where I was super comfortable in what I was sharing and how I showed up online and things like that. But you do learn a lot about yourself in the last, about that time. I've learned that I'm very sensitive. That's what I've learned.
It's so relatable.
It's good
so
to
real.
know. Yeah, I do the social media because I think I have the thicker skin, and I mean that with so much love.
Peace and love. It's rough out there. No, it is. It's so hard. And I think we're really lucky I have not met very many people in the Australian author community that have been nasty or rude or anything like that. Like, most people that I have met have had really good energy. You would have seen at RL, we had Trouble Corner, like a couple of those authors I'd never met before, but because we were so close, we like banded together. So it was a lot and I've made some really, really amazing friends as well through the processes, and like through meeting people and the other authors and things like that. So I think, when push comes to shove, everybody is genuinely quite nice. It's just the pressure cooker of being on social media and online. It's really tough. You've got no emotion when you talk over text. So, but the upside of that is that I really love to chat with my readers, and that is the best part. Just getting to hear what everyone thinks. So I will take one and I will take the other, and it'll figure itself out and balance out eventually. But it can be quite a scary place. So just so everyone knows, I'm sensitive. Don't come for me.
Yeah, the social media of it is interesting because obviously we're kind of in the space like one step removed, where it's like we're mostly readers, but we are also like pushing out content about books and stuff. And I feel like I've noticed a lot, because obviously we follow heaps of authors, that it can be pretty cutthroat if you do like one thing wrong.
It's just, I totally understand it's such a scary place to be. And I will say I do stay off Threads for that very reason, because Threads is
it's like
a wasteland
scary
at times.
It's scary.
I don't have a Threads. I don't go on Threads. Sometimes some people will send me something funny from Threads, and I'll just have to screenshot and sent
Yeah,
it to me.
that's what
because
Kato has to do for me because I can't do it.
I don't
It's
even go
so
on there
hectic.
anymore, really. It's I will click on a thread and I'll go to the account and then you like scroll a little bit and you're like,
Ooh.
Oh my God, people are fighting.
Yeah, the girls are fighting.
Me up. I'm scared.
Literally, it's like, Mum, can you come get me? I'm terrified. It's like,
I'm on
I
threads.
just got rid of it. I think I maybe had it. It came out. I maybe had it for about 3 months, and I used it a little bit. I never got a whole heap of traction from it, so I didn't really feel bad getting rid of it. But then I was like, nah, this is not for me. I said, no, it's not for me. Like, I thought perhaps potentially, it might take that. Tumblr back in the day used to write like your deep stuff secrets. No, it's honestly just a place for people to like brain dump just the most unhinged things, and then everyone fights about those unhinged things.
Oh my God.
In the comments.
Yeah.
It's like slightly less like red-pilled X now.
Yeah. It's Twitter, but like I think
more crazy.
Yeah, I think it's more intense than Twitter ever was.
Yeah.
Maybe because they can get more characters. Like Twitter used to be 140 characters. You had to brain dump 140 characters. This, you can like post an essay on
Threads. You can truly write your manifesto.
Oh, that's insane.
And they put all the thoughts down.
And they do.
We've got to bring back rules for the internet.
Yeah, I do feel rules are needed at this point.
I think we've got to switch it off between 9 and 9, like put some office hours in.
Everybody go touch grass.
Kind of like back when I was in boarding school, in high school, we went to boarding school and they used to like block Facebook after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Like we all had phones, so it didn't work. But like you couldn't go onto Facebook on your computer after 9 p.m. Like we need those kind of rules.
Yes.
Yeah. I think so.
Nobody posts anything good after 11 p.m. Let's be real.
No.
Exactly. So a bit of a segue.
Aside.
Can you give us a bit of an overview of what Hooked on You is about? Like, who's our main characters? What's the themes? What's going on?
So Hooked on You follows Callum McLeod, who's the oldest McLeod brother, and Charlotte Davies, who's a newcomer to Aelros Bay. She's Australian and she is like a recovering corporate girly, I like to say. I didn't get too far into her background, but in my head, she, worked a job in the middle of Sydney for a large hotel chain that she worked from 6 a.m. till, 9 p.m. at night. Not much else going on. Her job was her life. And then she gets a letter out of the blue saying she inherited a old house in a small town in Scotland, and she packs up her life and moves halfway around the world, which even if you haven't admitted it out loud, I feel like we've all thought about doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, more than once.
It's my dream.
Yeah.
Give me an old busted house and
Please.
some money to do it up with and get me out of here.
Leave me some inheritance and I'll go. Let's go.
You'll never see me again.
No, I'll be gone. Yeah. So, they obviously meet in this town, Callum being someone who's lived in the town all of his life, quite a staple. The family's pretty much like royalty, been around for a really long time. He's a fishing captain, knows everybody, and is the oldest of 3 brothers. And obviously the other 2 books follow Lachlan and Hamish. And then they meet, and it's not quite enemies to lovers, because I feel like they don't get enough of a chance to be enemies. Nothing really happens for them to be enemies, but there's just this kind of mutual weirdness between them. And I like to think it's soul recognizing soul and them not knowing what that feeling is supposed to be. So she definitely takes it as, oh my God, why does he hate me? We've just met. Like, we've not even spoken.
Yeah, stop staring at me. Like,
leave me alone.
Leave me alone. And he is just so consumed in work and family and the town and things like that he just like doesn't even recognize what that feeling feels like. It's never been around him before. And so then they both kind of I guess you get to see them figure it out what that is for them both, because they're both coming from really hectic lives and jobs, and then suddenly they've been thrust into the same spot and then gone, oh my God, like, why do I feel a certain type of way? And then they figure it out. So I guess that's the overview. And there's renovations involved, and boats. So
Perfect.
It's bloody grand designs happening at the same time, and I'm so into it.
Intersection of our interests. Thank you.
Our Venn diagram's a circle.
Yeah, it's one of those classic Reno shows plus a romance.
Yeah. So
I do love a Reno show.
Me too.
On that note, obviously we've just said we would absolutely die to inherit like a house like this and that you can turn into a hotel. So if you had to style a hotel like this, you've been given a chunk of money and a busted old house in Scotland. What's your vibe? What are you going for?
Dark wood paneling, really like classic 1920s, 1930s, like light fixtures, corner roses, those kind of things, like real cozy vibes, but clean, polished,
rich.
Yeah,
rich.
Rich.
What I like to call classic modern, right? So something that looks really like historical, but is so like beautifully done, sleek, like there's not a speck of dust. It's all painted beautifully. And I see like fireplaces in all the rooms and like 4-poster beds, but like beautiful plush white doonas. You know,
absolutely.
Like hotel style white. Yeah.
Yeah,
hotel
and like comfy furniture,
dinners.
like chic furniture, but like actually you can sit in it and lie on it.
Yeah.
It's like
it's usable.
Deep-seated lounges and like armchairs, but there's bookcases all around and like it's all like leather-bound
and
books.
There's a ladder with wheels.
Yeah. Hold on.
And a whiskey bar in the corner.
Yeah. Sorry, this is the Beauty and the Beast library, actually.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Oops. Yeah.
Perfect place.
I envision like small dining rooms and like, fireplaces and coziness. And I think you never really think about Scotland in the summer, but when you go in summer and you have a rare sunny day,
summer.
I say because I went in July and it was like 2 degrees.
Scotland is eternally
cold.
Slightly moist and cold.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I've only ever been in the depths of winter, so
I found the weather in the winter nicer than the weather in summer. But the rare sunny days that you do have, the landscape and the greenery and how beautiful just it is across the country is just so gorgeous. And I just see that being mixed in if you were to do something like this. Like the wood paneling and the deep green and the deep blue and blues and things like that would just bring the outside in, but nice and like, as I said, like classic modern style sort of thing mixed with plush white beds and sofas and so gorgeous. Now I'm thinking I want to go buy a house in Scotland, so I'm gonna have to do that now.
All three of us will pitch in.
Should we go in together? Great.
We can get a bigger place.
Done.
Perfect.
Amazing.
So did you base so obviously the house that she inherits is a big part of the town. Did you base the town on somewhere you actually went, or did you kind of...
It's kind of a mix of Portree in the Isle of Skye. Like when I imagine the town centre, it's very similar to what we walked in Portree with the square, and it's got a lot of the restaurants and bars and pubs and things like that. And then you can walk down the hill to where the fishing boats and stuff come up. Yeah. But in my head, Aelros Bay is a little bit bigger, so it sits quite in a bay, and the marina that they own goes all the way around the front of the bay. Like they own the whole kind of property of it. Yeah. And then I like to think of, because I mean, obviously in Anchorage there's a lighthouse. The lighthouse is like on the opposite side of the bay to Braithheath, so they kind of pillar both, and they're like the Grand House and the lighthouse are the oldest things in town, and they pillar and they look over the whole town. And then obviously the McLeods are bought halfway up the mountain and built on the cliff face as well. So in my head it was like the two pillars where you've got like, you know, I don't know, the lighthouse, and then I think at first there was a church, so it was like church and state sort of thing, and I felt like it was because it was a stately old house, and then there was a church on it, and then somewhere along the way when I was writing Anchor to You, the church changed into a lighthouse. So
a lighthouse makes sense.
I didn't think that scene would work in a church, so we moved it to a lighthouse.
No. That scene in Anchor to You, I was just running that through my head, and I was like, that would be mild sacrilege, I think.
Yeah, I do feel like it would be a bit spicy in a church. So I thought it ended up being a lighthouse.
Fishing town. It's thematically correct to have a lighthouse.
Yeah, exactly.
I think so.
Makes me want to go back to Scotland.
Yeah, the lighthouse is so much more novel as well. You know, like I don't think I've read a book that has a lighthouse in it. But, you know, we've read lots of books that have churches in them.
Yeah, and I did think like it worked for that scene. And then obviously like when I have a really terrible sketch of the town because I can't draw. And I have a really terrible, because I forget where everything is. So then when I'm writing, I'll be like, and my editor likes to remind me, well, you've just sent her down the road and now you're saying she's going up a hill. Like, it's weird. She's going all over the place.
You need the fantasy world map.
Yeah, I had to draw like a little, except it's just me putting X's where like main properties are, and then big hill, turn left here. Like, it's not very impressive. So the things on it are like the sheds from Anchor to You, and then like the hook and barrel and the pubs and stuff like that. It's not very intensive, but I thought one day I thought one day I'll give it to my artist and be like, see if you can draw this out for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a great
Maybe
idea.
One day.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So with this book, obviously there is so much romantic tension, and I love the way that you've put souls meeting souls, because that's absolutely how I read it. And obviously this tension between Callum and Charlotte when they're working to fix their house, and it like builds so much, and then like the ebbs and flows. What's something about their relationship that you love?
I think the thing that I love the most about them is that they kind of don't doubt themselves all that much. I feel like once they don't necessarily realize that they're feeling things for each other, they both go, oh, this is casual, or like it can't work or anything like that, but they don't ever doubt how the other feels. They just say, oh, it's casual.
Yeah.
He likes me, or like I enjoy his company, but it's casual. Or, you know, like, and I think towards the end there as well, there's no doubt in her mind about how he feels about her, but there's more a doubt of whether like he wants her to be a part of his life. Yeah. And I think that's what I enjoy the most, is that, and what I like writing the most about them is that they never kind of fall out of that. And there's never a moment where she's like, no, I'm not in love with him anymore. Or like,
the feelings are never in doubt.
Yeah, I think so. And I think I also just enjoy that they're both adults. Like,
yes,
they're both adults. And I think eventually, apart from one scene where, I don't know, there was never a time where I was writing being like, I feel like this is unrealistic, or I feel like this wouldn't happen. I feel like most of the things and the actions that they take are pretty realistic for two people who have just met. It's gone quite quickly. They don't understand what they're feeling, but they know they're feeling something. Every action that they take kind of just goes, oh, like that feels normal to me. I felt like it was really realistic.
Yeah.
I think there's one scene that jumps out where he goes back on the boat and doesn't tell her, and then she goes, well, you didn't say anything, and he goes, oh, sorry, like, because it's so normal for him. He doesn't understand.
Didn't realize I had to, like,
well, he's just like, this is just my job, this is what I do. But for her, obviously that's a new thing, because she's never dated anyone that does that before, but that's his life, and he just goes, oh, okay, next time I'll tell you. And then you can kind of see in the epilogue their communication has kind of gotten obviously better, because they've been together for a lot longer, obviously. Spoiler, they end up together.
Yeah. Can you imagine if they didn't? And we brought you on here.
Wouldn't be a romance book, honestly. Threads would drag me to filth.
The thing I love about
might
these
never
is
recover.
we can do these interviews and there's basically no spoilers for how it ends, because we know how it ends, and that's what we want.
Wouldn't be called a romance book for sure.
absolutely no miscommunication tropes happening in this one, and thank God for that.
It was so refreshing.
Oh, shit's bit of tears.
Oh my God.
That's what I mean. Like they never there's never a moment of where it's like they're not they're unsure. It's more just like they don't understand how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And
like,
so
they know it's
refreshing.
happening.
It's so refreshing that they can talk about their feelings in their own way. It's not like they're having quite an overt, like you like me, whatever. It's they're showing up as two people who have a connection, who are new to each other, but that just feels very real. And sometimes when you read a lot of romance books, you get to like the third act breakup and they're like, no, you don't love me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this again.
I'm sorry. I love a third act breakup, but I hate a you don't love me. So if I ever, I do a third act. I do have a third act breakup in Play the Last Card. But he's obsessed the whole time. Like I'll be really clear. The breakup is on her side only.
Yeah,
and it's so important if they have a third act breakup that everybody's devastated.
Yes,
and they quickly go. All good. No, all good, guys. Just kidding.
Turn that back around. Reruns, please.
Like, it was funny because when I was first going through this, so many people used to people post all the time. I hate a third act. I don't like the miscommunication, and I'm not a big fan of miscommunication either. And I remember posting a review and was like, "Oh, the third act breakup got me," and I was like, just to be really clear, the third act breakup was for her only.
Yeah.
He
was
like
here the whole time.
He was like, I'm just at work, babes. Like, we're just taking space and sleeping in our own beds for a hot minute, but we're still together. Like, he was 110%.
Yeah.
If you ever read it, like, you'll understand. Scott is my blueprint for obsessed men, because he just, from the moment he met her, was like, so this is it. Like, this we're done, right?
Locked in.
Yeah, straight away.
Shit. That's good shit.
And there's not one bit. There's not one bit where he's like, so we're not together. He's like, we're together. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah. This is it.
She goes like this, and she goes through stuff, and I think that works for her character and what she's been through. But he's just like, cool, see ya, got ya,
yeah,
all good.
You've got to have one that's chill.
It's all the way through.
I always say in like these kind of books, you need one person to be a chiller, and then you need one person to be a bit neurotic. But it doesn't matter which way they go. The chiller can also be crazy. Yeah. But they need to be just a little bit more balanced.
Yeah, only one may be crazy at the same time.
Yeah, you pass the baton.
Yeah. So with the tension, speaking about the tension, romantic tension in this book, I did notice, because I've read Anchored to You as well, that in this one, you really took a long time to build up to Callum's point of view, which in the first one, Isla and Lachlan, you kind of get basically 50-50 from the start. But we get a lot of Charlotte. Probably the first third of the book almost is like all Charlotte. And so you don't really get Callum's point of view except at the very start. But then when it does come in, it's like, oh my God. God. Was that like, I'm wondering if that's like a narrative choice or if it suited the characters better, or both?
I think it wasn't intentional, because for this one, just the way that it went, like originally Callum was supposed to come first. Like when I started writing this series back in October last year, I wrote most of Callum and Charlotte's book, and then decided to write Lachlan and Isla's, and went, they have to come first. Their story just made sense to come first.
It actually does make a lot of sense to have. Yeah,
particularly Lachlan's storyline, it makes more sense for him to be first.
Yes.
So when I picked it back up after, like when I went to start working on it again, and I picked it back up in May, and I was like, okay, I've got to finish this off. I had just realised that I hadn't written Callum pretty much at all, apart from the prologue.
Yeah.
And most of it was from her point of view. So I actually had to go back and weave him into it a little bit more. But I think it creates a little bit more, I don't know, I like the tension. It feels a bit more slow burny, and I'm not very good at writing slow burn. So
it was a good slow burn.
It was great.
Usually I get to like chapter 5, I'm like, kiss.
Okay, good slow burn, except, and this is going to lead into our next question, but except they went from exchanging perhaps 11 words to each other in total.
Yeah.
You went from 0 to 100 within a page.
Some of the best stuff I've ever read.
And Elle and I were like messaging each other being like, are you, oh my God.
Oh my God.
What a
I
treat.
didn't mean to, but that's probably one of the best, my most favorite things that I've ever written.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so
originally, it was just going to be a kiss.
Nah, I'm so glad that you just,
And then I went, I feel like they're going to have to do it in the car. Yeah, I think they might have to.
No, I think they might have to do it in the car.
I think they're going to have to do it in the car.
Because I don't think, like, the amount of tension that there was at that point, I just don't think a kiss would have done it. Like, wouldn't have even touched the sides.
Have done it and it wouldn't have made sense for them, because I do feel like, again, it comes back to this, it's soul meeting soul, and they have no idea how to deal with it. And it's that overall, like, is it lust? Is it love? Like, is it something different? And they probably do go, it's a little bit insta love, but I also think there's a bit there where they're going, it's insta lust, and they don't understand why.
Yes.
Because they've just met and they go, like, what the hell? This, like, why are we, but their souls are like, oh, well, we're meant to be. So
it's such high intensity. And it's just like, you know, I feel like it's also so easy to relate to being like, if I was in a situation like that and that happened to me and there was no one around and it was raining and there was a car, I would do the same thing.
And there was a 6'2" Scottish man saying, leaning over you going,
specifically in that instance.
Not going to just walk away from that.
You don't say no.
Yeah, the universe has presented me with a gift. I will not be turning it down.
Yes. Who am I to say no?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Absolutely.
Which does, that's probably given away some of it, but what can you tell us, without giving away too much for people who want to read the book, about the spice in Hooked on You?
I struggle to do my spice levels, because I write the scenes and then never read them again, because I find it embarrassing.
That's so understandable.
And you know what? They're perfect first time.
They hit and I move on and my editor deals with it and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I was fine during Play the Last Card, and I think even during Play the Last Track, which I had written a lot of it, just come up with a lot of the concepts before anyone read Play the Last Card. But when I say my entire family read Play the Last Card, I mean my entire family read it.
Mine would do
my nan, my uncle, my cousin, my male cousins, all of them have read it. Whoa. So now when I'm writing, which, thank you for the support, love them all. There's like 25 of them and they all bought books. So I was like, great, thanks so much.
Great. But that now lives there when you write, right? Where you're like, my whole family's going to read it.
As soon as I start to, like, when I'm planning out a book, I obviously plan out my plot line and then go, okay, what makes sense and where do I feel like the spice will go? Because I enjoy writing it in and I think it's fun. And I don't think I'd ever write a closed door, because I find the Fade to Black boring now. But
thank you for
so
that.
I do like to come up with new ideas on where I would like them to go at it. But in the front of my brain, your auntie's going to read this.
Yeah.
And I've even my mum, like, she said something so out of pocket the other day. We were talking about, she came to my very first event with me in Canberra, like her very first event in Canberra, and ever since then she's been very comfortable talking about what her favorite parts of the books are. And we were at an event and she said, well, my favorite is Play the Last Track because I love it when they do it in the corridor. And I went, ew.
Yeah, you're like, keep that to yourself.
Thanks. Thank you. But don't tell me that ever again.
Please.
Don't you know I'm sensitive?
Don't you know I'm sensitive?
I'm sensitive. I can't know that.
You tell everybody else, though. This is great marketing.
I go, oh my God. She's like, I don't know what it was, but that thing was hot. And I was like, I couldn't.
Oh,
and
that's hilarious.
I just like, okay, all right, everyone just needs to calm down. But I think about it now so much that I like get a bit afraid to write the smart things. I love them. And once I get going, I'm like, yes, okay, this is working. I love it so much. but I don't often go back and read it. So The Spice, I think it has like 2 memorable scenes. Obviously, the one we were talking about, which happens earlier in the book, and then the other 2. I do think I like the second one a little bit more, but only because of the location of it. Like, I think.
Wait, I'm trying to
in
remember.
the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think doesn't that happen in the kitchen?
Yeah, in the kitchen. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm familiar. Don't you worry. I'm familiar.
In
the freshly renovated kitchen. Yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah. Beautiful new bench tops.
God, it's good.
So I think I like that one. I like them both, but I don't. And when I think about The Spice, I'm always like, as long as it works with the plot, I'm super happy to put as much in as it works. I never try to go over the top, or like if it doesn't make sense, I won't put it in. I think of cut scenes before where I was like, particularly Isla and Lachlan, they were very spicy to begin with, actually.
I wouldn't have minded that, to be fair. Lachlan's really hot.
I think their relationship leaned a little bit more into being a bit more spicy, and it just, for me, felt like it was too much. So I cut quite a bit of what I wanted to do for them. And what was left, I think, I was really happy with. But there was definitely a couple of times where I was like, these two get it on everywhere. Like,
there's a lot to be said about taking some out, or like having the right amount where the middle bits like make the payoff so much more worth it than if it's just like happening all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the we talk about the kind of differences and similarities between romance books and smut books, and obviously romance books have smut and smuts have romance, but I think the real thing is like, is the point that they fuck? Is that the point of the book? Like, that's the differentiation.
Is that the plot?
Yeah. Yes.
And so, like, it doesn't matter which way you go, but I think using it to enhance the story, whichever camp you kind of fit into, is always going to be better than like feeling like you have to put heaps in.
Yeah. And I'd like to be quite divisive with it as well. And I think that's something that my first editor taught me quite well, is like, let it work for the story, not let the story, like, let it work with the story, not for the story, sort of thing.
Yeah,
so it needs to fit in, it needs to feel natural, it needs to feel like it's meant to be.
Plot forward.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys as readers, but sometimes if I feel like it's just kind of nowhere, I'll skip it. Move. Let's move.
Yeah, I will say
this is too much.
You won't find me skipping it, but I will be like, this was not necessary.
Like, I'm never going to skip it, but I will have
obviously not.
I might be a little confused about how we got here, though.
Yeah. Did we need it? Not really. Did I enjoy it? Depends
Maybe.
how well it was written. Some of the things, and not so much.
So we were lucky to get advanced reader copies. So it is coming out soon. Can you tell us where and when readers can get their hands on Hooked on You?
Yeah, so it's coming out August 12th. So I'm not sure when this is going out, but it's August 12th, and you can get it it'll be on KU, obviously. So you can buy it on Amazon or have signed copies on my website. I also am heading to a couple of different events at the end of the year. So Sweet Love in Melbourne is probably my biggest one, and I'll have copies there as well. So all over pretty much. At the moment, it is 99 cents, and it will remain 99 cents, I think, after it comes out, to purchase if you want to buy an ebook. I do have a giveaway running if you purchase a pre-order. Some of my author friends have donated some books to give away with a paperback copy. So, yeah, worth to pre-order because you might win a paperback.
Very fun.
So, to finish up, what is next for you? And with the proviso, is it Hamish's story?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yes.
Sweet baby boy Hamish.
Yeah. Hamish is going through it. So I'm currently finishing up that draft. That is actually due to my editor towards the end of August. So that is currently in the midst of Hamish's story, and he is definitely going through it. I can tell you a little bit about it. So he is a second chance romance with a girl, the girl that got away almost. She is a horse rider or an equestrian from like a local farm, and she runs horse therapy camps.
Oh my God, amazing.
Horse girl.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a horse girl. I was never a horse girl, but she is a horse girl. So her name is Kenna, so it's going to be Hamish and Kenna's story. And the poor boy's definitely going through it. So we jump a couple of years in the future because he's quite young in Callum's book.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's the youngest brother, but by quite a margin.
Yes, so he was like a couple of years after the older boys were born. So he is a lot younger. I think in Lachlan's book he was 17. And then in Callum's book he's 18 and a half, almost 19. We jumped to him being 24, 25.
Okay.
So there's a couple of, you get a few moments before we hit the main story, but obviously similar to how I've started the books for Anchored and Hooked on You, you'll see Hamish's experience at the same time. I won't ruin what those prologues are about, but you'll get to see the same kind of thing from him. And then because we're jumping a little bit in the future, there's a little bit more backstory on him and Kenna's relationship as well. So it's a second chance one.
So keen.
I'm so excited.
This one is interesting. This is probably the slowest burn that I've ever done.
Ooh.
So
I love a slow burn. I'm so pro a slow burn.
This is they have some stuff to figure out first. So there's a little bit wild, which of course I'm like, just kiss. Like I'm very much just kiss.
Kiss.
I don't want to control of them, but kiss.
You're like, yeah, I hate to be the author that's like, but kiss.
Get it together, guys.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, but that hopefully, if all going well, maybe December-ish release. So we'll see. But that's depending if all goes well. And that means if I'm on my timeline to get my shit done, then
is that December this year or next year?
This year.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And you know, I have a couple of other projects. I just finished up a short story for the Sweet Love anthology, and I've decided to take that long. So I wrote 10,000 words for that, and I went, no, I need to do this, and that's Mafia. And now I'm like itching to get into it. So I'm finishing up Hamish's book, and then I've got a couple of other things that I want to do in between, and then I have a series that I want to go back into. So I'm now I'm going, okay, I'm just going to finish it. I need to finish it up because I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I'm mentally already in, like.
We've checked out.
I want to do him justice, but I'm also like, I'm itching to get back to this couple that I just finished writing about. It's probably because I've just finished their short story and handed it in. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's always something so like inviting about stuff that you're working on currently that when you finish a project, you're like, oh, I just want to keep doing things with it. I've got so many more ideas. It's so hard 100%. To like find where like the limit is of what you're happy when you finish the story and you're satisfied, and then what comes into a new story and a new book, and kind of where's the end.
And I've changed my schedule a little bit for next year, so I'm actually going to do a bulk. Like I'm doing a couple of months where I've not got any editing slots, which means I'm just going to write a bunch of stuff. So to be honest, I think what I'll be doing is looking for alpha readers so I can go do the unhinged comment thing.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right here.
Hired already. You're done. You're in.
We'll be here.
Perfect.
As long as they're AO3 tier comments, I'm good. Yeah.
Absolutely. I can whip up a few things.
Yeah. I was like, let me cook.
Let me have my minute.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. So that kind of brings us to the end of our questions for today. We have been so lucky to have you on the pod, and we are so excited for everybody to read Hooked on You. I can't wait till there's been enough time that's passed that I can read it again. I loved it so much. Like, I'm so excited again.
I'm so glad you guys liked it. That's awesome. I actually, like I said, the arcs only went out like last week, so I actually haven't had heaps of feedback from them yet. So you guys are the first people that I've had like,
oh my god,
we loved it, oh my god, which is so cool. I'm so glad that you liked it. I'm glad that it went over well. That's good.
It was so good. As for us, you can find us everywhere you get your podcasts at Smutfairy Pod. And you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and kind of all over the web. We will catch you next time with our next episode. I'm still figuring out what our posting schedule is. It might be pumpkin spice. It might be a Halloween episode. Kind of figure out when you see it, but I'm sure you'll find a list. But until
I just
next
leave
time,
it in your capable hands.
I'm busy over here. I'm scheduling. You'll get something good. Don't worry about it. Alrighty.
I love it.
Thanks. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Olivia.
Bye.
Thanks, ladies.